Thanks for this opportunity. My name's Sheridan Coker. I'm one of the deputy leads for core clinical services at Dementia UK. I just want to let you know that the ripple effects of winning this award today has been massive. I mean, we're all really proud to work for Dementia UK's Admiral Nurses, but this has been a massive boost and given that extra pride today. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity. Okay. So this video shows a little bit about how our dementia specialist Admiral nurses might be able to support anybody who's living with dementia or their carers.
A diagnosis can be quite devastating for someone with dementia. They feel defined by it and often don't know where to turn for support.
It's important for carers and family members to reach out early and to be able to know that they're not alone. This is where we come in. We are specialist dementia nurses, known as Admiral Nurses.
We are that listening ear. We provide tailored support for all aspects of dementia.
We are here when you need us. You can speak to us for free on our helpline and through our virtual clinics.
The Admiral Nurse Dementia Helpline is a free national telephone service. You can call at a time that suits you. If we don't answer straight away, you can leave a message and we will call you back. You can also email us or fill in an online form and an Admiral Nurse will get back to you. No question is too big or too small. We're here to listen and offer expert advice, support and understanding. You might prefer to contact the helpline if you need to speak to a nurse more immediately during the evenings or the weekend.
In our free virtual clinics, you can book a private 45-minute appointment with a specialist dementia nurse by phone or video call. These are done remotely, so if your family are located in different places, you can join the appointment together. You might prefer to book in a virtual clinic if you don't need to speak to a nurse immediately and would like to pre-book an appointment at a time that is convenient for you. Because it's arranged in advance, it gives you the opportunity to get someone else to look after your loved one, so you can have that focused time with a nurse. On both the helpline and in our clinics, you can talk to us about any aspect of dementia.
People can use the helpline to talk about what they're going through. Sometimes it's the first time they've been able to put their emotions into words.
Admiral nurses are there to support the family no matter what question they ask around dementia.
It's about educating the family that their experience is unique and not to compare with anyone else, because it's the diagnosis affects people differently and everyone is an individual as well. We are here for you.
Okay, I really love Hannah and Joe for doing that for me, because that's really helped to really explain a lot of what we do and what we provide for people. So Dementia UK have been offering a telephone helpline support since 2006, and from then it's grown exponentially year on year. In January this year, we expanded to include virtual clinics, so people could contact us either via Teams or make a virtual telephone appointment at a time of their choice. We started off with just one telephone line for the virtual appointments for each day. So we had 6 telephone appointments each day, 45 minutes each with a nurse. We've actually expanded that again and had another telephone line put in for an additional 6, because it's become so popular and people were starting to get a bit concerned because there's a bit of a wait for the telephone clinics. And so it's expanding year on year. It's becoming really, really popular. The same with our helpline as well. That expands year on year, and we're increasing our Admiral nurses to meet demand. And as it said in the video, we support and advise anyone affected by dementia. So we get a lot of family carers ringing us, but we also get a lot of professionals as well. Sometimes they're ringing to refer people, hoping that we go to their houses, but unfortunately we're stuck on the helpline. But we do have some Admiral nurses working in the community as well. They tend to work for NHS trusts, things like that. So So as it said in the video, it's accessible to anybody resident in the UK. However, the online virtual clinic, you know, I've done them before, and I thought I was going to speak to Bob in Surrey, and then Mary and Joan from Spain and Australia have also been invited. So, but it's a really good, because the whole family then can feel involved in mum's care and have their own say around what's happening, or even just to understand some of the things that might be affecting mum. And I think that helps everybody. People can contact us as many times as they want as well. So there's not really a limit on how many times they get in touch with us or how many appointments they make. If we do find that somebody's a regular caller, we might set up a care plan for them, because obviously if they're ringing us on a regular basis, perhaps their needs aren't being met. So we'll set up a care plan and see if there's anything more we can do to support them in where they live in their community. So all core services are run by Admiral Nurses. So if you ring us or make an appointment, you will be speaking with an Admiral Nurse. Admiral Nurses are specialist dementia nurses with lots and lots of years of experience within dementia and dementia care. So not only are we offering that clinical tailored advice, but we're also providing that emotional and psychological support. I mean, we could pick up the phone, it can be anything from benefits, legal advice, to somebody at absolute crisis point. So, you know, it covers, dementia has a ripple effect, and it can affect a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. And so we have to be, that's why Admiral Nurses have to be so specialist in that area. So we have a dual offer of self-booking. So this offers choice and flexibility. So if you go onto the website, you make your own appointment at a time that suits you. We've just recently introduced a call waiting system as well, and this has really increased our call answer rate. So we're getting people at that point of need. I'd say it's increased our crisis calls, if I'm honest, the level of crisis that we're dealing with. But that's because people are actually getting through to us and being able to speak to us at that point of need. So that's been really, really a boost to the nurses as well, to know that we're getting to more people at the right time. So we do have a triage process to ensure that priority are given. So if the day I might listen to a voicemail and that person sounds in crisis, I will then flag it to a nurse to call them back immediately. So we do have a triage process in place to ensure that anyone that we feel is in crisis are seen as soon as possible. And we do, because of that level of crisis, we have a really clear internal process for any disclosures of risk. So the impact we enable carers to advocate for the person living with dementia. So part of our role is to empower, and to empower is then to enable. Accessing support, so getting them to understand the system and where they might access support in their local area. Providing people with this information and with a bit of education around dementia then gives them a bit of confidence and reassurance that actually I'm doing okay, or I know what to do next. And that impacts their ability to care really well for the person with dementia. And also looking after the carer and being able to understand what they need to carry on caring in the way that they want to. These are some of the things that carers have told us. And we always get lots of nice feedback, so that's always really good. So next steps, the expansion of virtual clinics, they're getting really, really popular. Introduction of post-diagnostic support sessions. So each week we do key themes, and that is a real key theme every week, is that people are just not getting enough post-diagnostic support. So they fall into crisis really quickly. Lots of our nurses have specialist areas of interest, so we're looking at creating specialist clinics as well. And the launch of Without Exception initiative, so people maybe who living with hearing impairment and things like that can access our services more easily too. So, thank you for listening.
Thank you. Perfect.